$205 million a day. That's how much Jeff Bezos, the former CEO of Amazon, makes in a single day. So now, all right, if you're an accountant or a financial advisor, stick around because I'm going to share a few points from Jeff's final letter to shareholders before he stepped down as CEO. So here's the big idea. Jeff thinks about the long term, not the short term. So now it's crazy to think today, you know, how many folks are just focused on instant gratification. Why do you think short-term, short-form video services like, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, these are some of the fastest growing services today. Why do you think that is? Where, videos can be short as just 2 seconds. Great for goldfish, not so much for us human beings though. So now Jeff laser focuses on the things that matter in the long term. So if you were to take a look at his original shareholder letter back in 1997, he said he was going to build the everything store. And it was going to stock everything, and it was going to be the #1 store in the world. He said that back then, and he actually stuck with it. So, he never deviated or wavered from that vision. And that's really what you have to do if you want to be successful in business or in life in general. You need to find your one thing and focus until you get it done. You have to focus on it for the long term, not just the short term. So, forget about little things that just don't matter in the long term. Think about these things to do on a daily basis, like, posting every day on Facebook or LinkedIn, or, getting that dopamine fix from your social media newsreels. Instead, focus relentlessly on creating value for customers at every single touch point. Okay, so let's just kind of break this down how I think Jeff Bezos would. So let's kind of go to the actual Amazon vision statement, and that is to be Earth's most customer-centric company where customers can find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Now, they have a few core values. I'm just going to focus on one. And that #1 is customer obsession. Customer obsession. So let's kind of tackle this. Now, so let's imagine if Jeff Bezos were an accountant, okay? And so Jeff would be obsessed with figuring out each day how to add more value to his clients. He would be obsessed with how much money he could possibly save his clients, then basing his fees on that. So the greater the value, the greater the fee. Now, since Jeff is very analytical, he would go a step further, I believe, and he would be able to provide an estimate of what he could actually save them and how much value he could actually provide. So now, kind of taking a step back, when I created BookGel, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and in fact, the entire subscription economy were actually one of my biggest inspirations. So that's why, today BookGel is, it's helping entrepreneurial accountants create millions of dollars in value for their clients. BookGel basically helps accountants, close the best clients for premium fees, locking in a monthly subscription, and typically on the very first call. So now, if Jeff were an accountant, he would set up his practice according to what I believe would be 3 key tenets. In fact, these perfectly align with the 3 key takeaways that I'd like to share from Jeff's final letter to shareholders that he wrote back in 2021. And you can go and check this out. But basically, so #1, create more value than you consume. So your goal should be to create value for everyone, every single person that you interact with. As an accountant, that means, being proactive versus reactive. Not just settling for your clients dumping their tax filings with you at tax time, when it's too late to be proactive. Rather, set those clients up for a monthly subscription to you. Think of it as your accounting prime, so to speak, as your accounting prime monthly subscription service, as Jeff would probably call it. Now, you can actually engage them at the beginning of the year when you set yourself up like that, and you can actually save them a lot by being proactive, by planning things like, things like, prepayments, bonuses, depreciation, tax credits, retirements. I mean, the possibilities are endless when you're a bit more proactive, and you set yourself up for being proactive with your actual client. Okay, number 2. Coaching equals success. So coaching is actually one of the biggest factors to success at Amazon today. And in the letter, they actually outline how underperforming employees get coaching, but also those folks that excel get coaching as well. So why is that? So Jeff believes that coaching brings out the best in people, and then that there is a distinct correlation to having coaching available and achieving success faster. So Jeff believes that all employees should be held accountable, including himself. So as an accountant, you want to be sure that you have someone to hold you accountable, and who gives you access to a group of peers to really push you to become a better version of yourself. Okay, and finally, number 3, the number 3 point is that's made in that final letter, which is a mouthful. Differentiation is survival, and the universe wants you to be typical. Okay, so differentiation is survival, and the universe wants you to be typical. Okay, so let's just break that down. So basically, the world is constantly trying to make you normal, and think about it. In what ways does the world pull at you as an attempt to, really make you normal? How much work does it actually take to maintain your distinctiveness, right? To stay apart from the crowd, to keep you alive, to keep alive the thing or the things that, really make you special. So now, as an accountant, this means stop trying to be everything to everyone, okay? When you go to Amazon, just kind of think about this. When you go to Amazon over the years, have you noticed that the filtering options become more and more robust? The filtering on the left-hand side, the filtering is pretty amazing right now. And this is because consumers value choice. And as an entrepreneurial accountant, your success will be based off of, what niche and what verticals you actually offer. So for example, 3 of the most profitable niches today in the accounting industry are real estate, cannabis, and cryptocurrency. Just to name one of the top 3. Now, if I'm a real estate developer, a CBT dispensary, or a crypto trader, do you think I'm going to work with a general services accountant, or one who focuses on my industry, speaks my language and knows my specific pain points? Okay, so that is the kind of the big takeaway for today. That's it for today's video, and hopefully this is giving you some inspiration to focus on that, that one thing that, really makes you stand out from the crowd. So across my 2 companies, both, BookGel and BizPal, we help accountants stand out from the competition and earn the highest fees by leading with value and never price. Okay, so to get free training on how to bring out the best in clients and, to bring the best clients to you, and to see how much you may be actually underpricing your services, go to bookgel.com. And if we can help you, we'll actually schedule a strategy call with myself or someone on the team.